Hey Internet, it's me, Will. Today, we're starting a new show, aptly titled, What's in the Box? Because, I don't know if that's backwards, it looks backwards in my thing. Because when I moved here, I did a really haphazard job of slapping everything I owned together. Hey Sally, happy birthday, by the way. I did a really haphazard job of slapping everything I owned together and putting it in boxes, most of which I did not label. So, as I'm in my COVID bunker and deciding what to keep, what to donate, and what to throw away, hey Bruce, I figured we could do it together and figure out what's in the box. So this one, I don't know. These shows are either going to really suck or they're going to be really great. We might find really exciting stuff, or we might find nothing. All this one says on it is office and my last name. This is all the labeling I did. So let's see what we got. Right. Oh, very exciting. Well, this episode may be a bust, guys. This box is full. Let's see if I can fix this. Of spindles of what looks like CDs. Here's a Tiger Beat 6 CD. More DVDs. And yet more DVDs. Oh, but now we got, let's see what we got here. There's an empty case, a pirated copy of Diablo 2. A further pirated copy of Diablo, and I'm guessing by the handwriting on this, Bruce, if you're watching, this appears to be Scott Zera's handwriting. Kenny, hello. Isha, hello. Sarah, Chris, Juan Carlos, hello everybody. If you're just tuning in, we're going through boxes of shit that I have to figure out whether we need to keep, donate, or throw it away. Because when I moved here, I left half this stuff like sealed up. Because why not? Because I didn't label it correctly and I didn't know what's in it. And I probably should have, because things like this, here is my daughter's, it looks like her ultrasound from when she was a baby. It is a lot of porn. Kenny. There could be. I might not go through these because, like the box, this is a cool American flag CDR though. I didn't label any of these things either. My shirt today says Nuke Power because it's a good idea, provided we can figure out what to do with the waste. Here's a cool thing that I've had since I was a teenager. One of the first copies of SoundForge, when it was still Sonic Foundry, before it was Sony, before it was Magix, whatever that new company is. I loved this program with all my heart. It's got the really fantastic late 90s design as well. That sort of accelerator looking, what else looked like this? Everything industrial. So yeah. What are some of these? This just says James. I don't know. Maybe it's the band James. Maybe it's James Meyer. A pirated copy of StarCraft. Here's just a stack of unlabeled. Well, here's a copy of Democracy Now! From October 31st, 2002. If only we had listened. A copy of Yes by Morphine, a fantastic album. More empties. I don't know what's on these, but they're designed cool. Oh, a copy of the original Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, with broken little things. For those of you familiar with the Grand Theft Auto franchise, this started as this weird top-down game where I don't know, it was great. It was very weird too. That they started in one place and ended up in this other place. We got some cassette tapes, Swordfish Trombone by Tom Waits, which I would consider essential listening for anyone out there who is stuck in their COVID bunker like me, wants to have a drink, feel good about the world ending. And the soundtrack to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one, which, let me be honest, is second rate compared to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, in which we get the infamous Ninja Rap by none other than our very own Vanilla Ice, Rob Van Winkle. Oh, a very, as useful as the, as having encyclopedias in general, here's a copy of the Encarta Encyclopedia, put out by Microsoft from 2000. And go in the donate pile. Another pirated copy of The Sims. I think when I said Office, I meant that these are all the video games I pirated. And a sealed copy of Clue for the PC, for any of you collectors out there. Monty Python's Looney Bin, another PC game, which I guess includes all the... Oh, this is cool. This is something I'm actually glad I hung on to, and I will play again. Whoever did these Monty Python video games really went above and beyond and made these weird FMV full motion video games, just complete with the kind of animation Terry Gilliam might have done, like relevant clips from the shows or movies or whatever else. I remember I played the Holy Grail one because I was that kind of nerd that I loved the movie so much that I played the PC game of it. The PC game. PC gaming in general, very nerdy. But that whole thing is just chocked full of like weird Easter eggs and little hidden things that you can click on. I mean, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. So that's fun. We'll hang on to that. This Night of the Living Dead. So, I don't know. You'll find a bunch of crap like this all over the earth. Because George Romero forgot to like trademark this or copyright it correctly, and so then it basically went into public domain and anyone could use it. And of the infinite ways that this was used, here's like you can watch the movie on your computer. This is like before DVDs. Yeah, because it's talking about installing Windows 95. And it was like, and I'm guessing it's like a 320 by 240. You can watch the movie like this, all glorious 1.5 hours of it, as it was meant to be seen clearly. And I'm guessing it's also 4.3. Another Grand Theft Auto PC game, the Director's Cut, though, which includes the London Mission Pack, in case any of you were wondering. What else? Disciples 2, this is a fun PC game. I don't know why this said Office. None of this stuff, with the exception of the SoundForge disc, is actually Office anything. Disciples 2 is a fun game. It's sort of like chess plus, I don't know, Heroes of Might and Magic, where you build these kind of like 4-person armies and fight your way like a heaven and hell kind of fighter strategy, real time. I don't know, whatever. It was fun. Here's a blank. I don't know. These were cool though. If you were really into pirating PlayStation 1 games, you may recall that they had the black disc, and these were, I don't know, I had these for that, although apparently I never used this one. Warcraft, oh no. So we have Heroes of Might and Magic, a great game, and a Warcraft 2 box. We have not one but 2 sealed copies of Transformers Beast Wars for the PC. This was a fantastic series. Anyone who likes Transformers, but if you were, I don't know, if you're going to watch Tiger King and you needed something to watch with actual animals that wasn't about gross people, spending 7 hours with really gross people, Transformers Beast Wars was this impossible spin-off of Transformers. So in Japan, this is a long story. Okay, so in Japan, they had all these like versions of Transformers, and then Americans would sort of hybridize them to sell toys. But in the late 90s, I believe, or the mid 90s, they co-opted one of their other ones called I don't know, they were Beast Masters or whatever else, but then they made it Beast Wars in America. And they got this guy whose name was like Bob Forward, who writes a bunch of Transformers stuff and writes a bunch of stuff for television to do it. But instead of just like oh, we got to make a show to sell toys, like he wrote the living crap out of this series. Good for adults, good for kids. But it's really amazing how much they wrapped the whole like Transformers mythology into this show, but then also incorporated time travel, and it's sort of like Jurassic Park and all these other things. Can't highly recommend this enough if you're a Transformers fan, or if you like seeing robots turn into dinosaurs. Ugh, Monopoly. Why does anyone own this? I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna look at the back of this. It's more beat up than I thought it was, but I was sure it would look brand new because I don't know. I don't know if I ever enjoyed playing Monopoly as much as I enjoyed fighting my friends. This can go on the donate pile. Oh, this is cool. I'm trying to remember the gentleman's name. ZPZ is a weird first-person shooter done by that guy who did all the artwork for KMFDM. Oh, I think his name's Brute. And so the whole game is skinned. I know, Danny, Monopoly sucks. Hello, I love you. I hope you're doing good. And Danny, you'll definitely recognize this. It was done by Brute, who did all of KMFDM's artwork, that weird kind of constructionist, industrial pop art. So they made a first-person shooter, and they basically skinned the whole thing and had him do all the art design on it. Not a great game, from what I remember, but again, highly original in its look and feel. Oh, this is another one. Bruce, if you're still watching, this came from your apartment in Ohio. It's a copy of Geist 3D for the Winamp thing and the Ghost in the Shell soundtracks, which one of the best soundtracks of all time. It may seem like I never change, which is probably true because I've had this shirt since I was like 20, and I've been hanging on this stuff in a box in my basement for the last 10 years. And speaking of things that never change, war never changes. The original Fallout. God, this is a great game. I played the living Duke out of this game. It seems pretty topical right now that we're in a pandemic lockdown. Fallout, a post-nuclear role-playing game. This first one, the second one's really good. The third one is the gateway to my heart. Hey Brian, if you're just tuning in, we're figuring out what's in these boxes in my attic. I didn't label any of them. So in episode 1, we just go through. This is the first box. It was just labeled Office. I don't know. And I don't know why it was labeled Office, because inside of it are just mostly pirated games, some software, very minimal software, like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles tape. And we're going through all of it and figuring out whether we're going to keep it, trash it, or donate it. More blank things. Here was some music I made. Probably some of the earliest music I made, and I probably made this for someone because there's a lot of notes in it. It says on the outside, there's the first, it's like a 3-track demo. It says Fun with Drums, Detroit, and Rust. I guess those are the names of the songs. It says, I made these with Salon Forge, Rebirth, and Acid. More to come. I'm very interested in knowing what you and Jonathan think. That's if we ever see Jonathan again. Signed, Will. I don't know. I don't know who this is meant for. Probably Robbie. But it's sorry I never sent it to you, Robbie. I do. I need to thank them all for their service. A backup of music that I was working on. Judging by these songs in the late 90s, very early 2000s. I'm upstairs in the attic! Those are my kids. I think I'm going to donate them. These are songs I did in Acid. What? I need your What do you need my help with?
I need your help plugging up the iPad.
Okay, give me just a minute. You know the cable's down there, baby.
I know, but I don't want to.
Okay, I'll be down there in just a minute. Guys, we have to wrap the show. Pedro, Taylor, hello. We're going through boxes of crap that I had to decide to donate, keep, or throw it away. These are backup files of some music I did. Very cool titles, like A Brief History of Industrial Music. 3 country songs entitled Ha Ha Ha, Shitty, Country, and Program Your Country. Another song called Water Extermination, because I was a teenager. India. There's one called Kyle's Sex Jam, A Flying Majestic Wizard in Love. Maybe Drum and Bass, New Jazz, Noisy Shit, R&B for Carter, and Sasha Made Me Do It. If these aren't embarrassing, they're dusty too. Hey, Kimberly. This is the most real reality show. It is. It's real and it's happening live. And then Diablo, another game I played at length forever. Another great game. Changed my life. Got a couple more things and we're going to wrap this up. Here's the liner notes for a Segroy album. Right. A GameCube demo DVD. That's cool. I'll watch and save that. Another DVD or another CD of a bunch of music I made. Naturally, I put the date on it in April. So this is probably 20 years old, if I'm guessing. This month, 20 years old this month. Oh, and cool. In true Will Slurry fashion, I make something with all my music on it and actually label it, and the damn disc isn't in there. Oh, I remember what this is. This dude, Johnny, in Roanoke, was a DJ and knew how to like spin, but didn't know how to make music. I don't know. It was cool. I forgot this existed. It's a Scud computer game. Rob, if you're out there, sometime I want you to please go over how all this went with Sega, especially that Saturn game that came out. Rob Schraub, I'm going to tag you in this so you tell me more about... because I've never actually played this one. I played the crap out of the Dreamcast one, or Dreamcast Saturn one. But Sega also apparently developed this one, which looks like it's an overhead shooter akin to, what's that? Smash TV. So Rob, let's talk about this soon. I'm saving that one. The Musée d'Orsay. I think this is it's a virtual visit to this museum in France. That's a maybe on the. This is a weird thing that I have, and I don't know what that game is like. I'm guessing it's an adventure game. It's a PC game based on City of Lost Children, a fantastic film if you guys are looking for something to watch during this lockdown. Maybe I will Twitch or something with all these soon, because I don't know what that one's like. Doug Tenapple, if you're watching, thank you again. The Neverhood is a PC game which changed my life. Literally changed my life. It made me want to... there's a little behind the scenes thing in this game that made me want to work on video games and be part of these large collaborative efforts in ways that I never thought about before. In addition to the way that religion works and the world at large, The Neverhood is a game that Doug TenNapel, famous for Earthworm Jim and everything else that's great from parts of the 90s, did on a painting series he made called A Wonderful Day in the Neverhood, which sort of featured these sort of like little houses and things. They pitched the idea to Steven Spielberg and a budding DreamWorks Interactive company, and the result was a Neverhood, and it was a clay animation video game, adventure game, where you're trying to figure out basically how you were created and what is going on in the world in which you live. It is art with a capital A. It is the proof that when people are like, well, are video games this or that? This is proof that video games are art. It's got a soundtrack by Terius Taylor. It's really, cannot recommend that enough either. Here's a bootleg copy of Office 2000. Oh my God. 3D Movie Maker, speaking of Jonathan. Me and Jonathan just made stuff together all the time in any available way that we had. And 3D Movie Maker for like a year was the funniest thing on earth to us, because it's this very like crappy rudimentary like animation, and we just had those like, you know, cruddy microphones that came in the 90s, those plastic things that no matter what you said, like no matter how you talk to them, they sounded like this. They're like, and so we would just make these weird scenes. And I think people had more patience to do these than we actually put into it. So like theoretically, you have this like little 3D model that like walks through, and me and Jonathan would just kind of have him like, he's still walking slow, but like fly through, making these like very awful guttural sounds because of the microphone. I don't know if that'll ever work again, but that was a fun thing. Pirated copy of Worms. The Lawnmower Man. This CD-ROM application of the world's first virtual reality movie. So, from what I remember of this game, there's 22 minutes of actual color footage from the film. Ahead of its time, folks, in 1993. It required 2 megs of RAM to play. I feel like this was like you could play some of the games that were in Lawnmower Man. That's fun. I forgot that, you know, like everything that I collected, if I liked a movie, then I would get J.P. Garages. Got a copy of Duke Nukem right here. Duke Nukem 3D. The last time I was stuck in my house like this forever was when it snowed. We had a blizzard in like 94 maybe. And Duke Nukem and Warcraft 2 were the first games I ever like played on PC. Again, if you guys are just tuning in, we're looking at everything that was in this box, this mystery box in my house, and figuring out what's in this box and if we're going to keep it, donate it, or throw it away. Grand Theft Auto 1969 London Mission Pack. A pirated copy of Unreal with that little drawing, because that's Unreal, I guess. Another pirated copy of Roller Coaster Tycoon, and finally, we come to Dark Legions. This was a very exciting game that I remember playing at Billy's house. It was like on a hexagon grid. It's sort of like chess, and it's sort of like a fighting game, this top-down thing. That was a lot of fun. Keep that one. So yeah, maybe soon we'll do a little Twitch stream of all these different, I don't know what this is, but that was in there too. Do a Twitch stream of all the different games, if I can get them running again from this thing. And yeah, I feel like we did good. I feel like we got a good stack of things to keep and throw away and donate. Because that's what we do on What's in This Box. Justin, yeah, has an old copy of Atomic Edition of Duke Nukem also. Classic game. It's really good. It's too bad they could never relive that glory. Yeah, guys. Tell me, what do you guys find in the weird boxes in your house when you're tearing everything out and getting everything sorted in this time of COVID-19? And also, thanks for joining me in my COVID bunker. It's my attic, which I'm trying to finish out. I put some baffles up, starting to do the insulation, but there's no insulation that fits this correctly, so I'm having to try a bunch of stupid different things till it works right. But yeah, guys, that's our show for today. Thanks for tuning in to What's in the Box. Bye.